All right, so we are back for part 2 of my What Will I Choose series for the Spring 2026 FabFitFun box. So I already filmed a video with customizations 1 through 3. I had intended or hoped to make it one video, but I already imported that footage onto my laptop and it was over an hour. So I think for everyone's sanity, I'm just going to make this into 2 parts. So this video will be customizations 4 through 6, and I will have timestamps down below in case you'd like to jump ahead to a particular portion. I filmed the demos of a lot of products as just one shot, so I didn't kind of break them out into customizations. So I'm not sure if that will attach to the first video or this video, but I will have timestamps in any case. So I think that's all I needed to cover, so let me scoot over here again. So for customization 4, the additional choices will be $11 and the swap for credit will be $7. The first item here is the Korres Greek Yogurt Foaming Cleanser, has a $32 value. It says the best-selling Mediterranean superfood cream cleanser formulated with pre- and probiotic rich real Greek yogurt that leaves skin pure and nourished in one cleanse. So you get over 5 ounces, just over 5 ounces. And I think the only kind of objectionable thing here for me personally is it does have fragrance. But I have used many a sample of this product. In fact, I just had a sample, I think, in my last empties video. So I don't mind it. I don't know that I want kind of a full-size tube of it though. So I'll probably pass on this. I know that it is a product that I will sometimes reach for to use with like a Foreo, that kind of thing. I don't have any current samples that I can share with you, but I think I do have like an Instagram reel that I can insert. So I will probably pass on that one. The next 2 options are both body lotions from Salt and Stone. So we have the Santal and Vetiver, $20 value, or the Bergamot and Hinoki, also a $20 value. So for the Santal and Vetiver, it says a fast-absorbing daily body lotion infused with seaweed extracts and niacinamide. And you know how I feel about niacinamide. The top notes of that are Australian sandalwood and amber. The heart notes are orris, ambrox, and cedar. And the base notes are violet leaves, vetiver, and crystal. You get 3.4 ounces. And the notes for the bergamot and hinoki, the top notes are Italian bergamot and grapefruit. The heart notes are hinoki and vetiver, and the base notes are eucalyptus, amber, and orange blossom. So I haven't tried either of these, but I did get a different scent from the brand, the saffron and cedar scent in PR. And I'll just say that I would not recommend choosing this unless you like a very strong fragrance. I ended up giving this particular one to my husband because the scent just didn't really appeal to me generally. It leans a little bit masculine for my tastes, but it is very strong. So I think he applied this like at night one night, and then the next morning he kind of rolled over and his hands were somewhere in the vicinity of my nose, and I could immediately smell it, and it was very strong. So I mean, that kind of tells you, I guess, the longevity and strength of this product in terms of the scent profile. So again, I would only recommend choosing that if you do want a very strong body lotion. Next up, we have the Fenty Hair, the Protective Type 5-in-1 Heat Protectant Styling Cream, has a $31 value. It says it's time to style your way to healthier looking hair. Like your OG-est friend, this multi-benefit lightweight creams got your back when things heat up. It's the universal prep step everyone needs for soft, shiny blowouts and silk presses without the frizz. Applied to damp hair, it protects up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit and goes off. Smoothing, defrizzing, detangling, and hydrating too. That doesn't make any sense. Plus, it goes way back, repairing split ends and reducing breakage with Replenicor's 5s, proteins, and amino acids. So you get 5 ounces, and it says, before heat styling, apply to clean, damp hair from root to ends, style as desired. So this is one of the products I got in my beauty box, and I did use it today. So I mentioned in part 1, I did use the Living Proof PhD shampoo and conditioner. The full kind of hair care routine, I used the Après Bond Repair, let that kind of sit in my hair for a while, and then I washed with the shampoo and conditioner. I used the Way leave-in just because I like to have something in my hair before I kind of detangle, and then I used this afterwards. I like the cap. Strangely enough, it has no bearing on the product. But anyway, I've used this a few times now, and I will say I don't know that I would classify this as lightweight necessarily. I don't know if I just used too much or it's a little bit too rich for my hair. But I used it today on kind of first day hair, and I do think that if you have very fine hair, you might find that this is too much. So I would just kind of take that for what it's worth. But if you do have coarser hair or more textured hair, then you might really enjoy it. I think it does definitely kind of eliminate frizz. I just think if you do have finer hair, it might kind of weigh it down, is the only thing. So scent-wise, I think it's fine. It's not like my favorite or least favorite. It's just kind of a hair smell kind of thing. So I'll probably use it up eventually, but I just wanted to kind of note the pros and cons there. I think I prefer the Olaplex leave-in a little bit. I think it's just a little bit less heavy in my hair personally. So if you do subscribe to the beauty box and this is still an option, then you might want to consider that instead. I was a little confused by the 5-in-1 claims because you think of that as being like different ways that you can use a product, but I think it's really just the different benefits it has. So just in case that helps. All right, so next up we have the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in Creme Brulee, Lingonberry Jam Glimmer, or Strawberry Sorbet. $23 value. It says an advanced lip treatment with skin-supporting peptides and kokum butter that quickly, visibly plumps lids with hydration and smooths fine lines. Strawberry Sorbet and Creme Brulee deliver pure, high-shine hydration and a tint of color with no shimmer, while Lingonberry Jam Glimmer adds a visibly luscious shimmer for extra dimension, and you get 0.4 ounces. So I did apply the Strawberry Sorbet today, which I might have gotten in a FabFitFun box many moons ago. So I have a few different, I guess, variations of this at this point. I think, want to pick up the new one that they are launching, the like macaron flavor. But yeah, I have it on over the Ilia lip crayon in Genre, which is one of the choices. And I demo that combination wherever I end up placing the demo portion. So I don't think I'll pick up Strawberry Sorbet again. I might get either Creme Brulee or Lingonberry Jam Glimmer. I haven't tried any of the glimmer shades, I don't think. So yeah, Creme Brulee looks like a nice nude color. Lingonberry Jam also looks nice. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, the add-on price of this category is $11, so that's not too bad. You do find these on sale more often now, but anyway. So that's Ole Henriksen. Next up we have the Archipelago, I think it's Archipelago, Marble Soap Dish, $40 value. It says a sleek marble soap dish that elevates any bathroom space. Heavyweight, durable, and naturally beautiful, perfect for keeping soap dry and your countertop chic. So it measures 6.5 by 5 by 1.5. It's made out of natural beige marble, and it just says to wipe with a damp cloth. So I'll probably skip on this. I don't really use bar soaps hardly ever, so I wouldn't have really a use for that. Next up, we have the Voluspa Neroli Sun Bath 10 milliliter Eau de Parfum, $28 value. It says a radiant blend of solar-powered citrus, neroli, and golden amber designed to evolve with your skin chemistry. Each custom-designed bottle is a harmonious intersection of artfully sculpted glass, bespoke patterns, expressive colors, and lively finishes. Each fragrance fuels your momentum for self-expression through the invisible power of scent. So you get 10 ml or 0.34 ounces. And it is US and Canada only. And it is an actual spray. It looks like not like a roller ball or anything like that. So I'll probably skip on this, although I will note that there is another Voluspa fragrance coming up here, and there is a sampler of all their different fragrances. I did already check, and it's not in the add-on store. I think it's for sale at like Anthropologie or the Voluspa website. So I'm tempted to pick that up. So in that case, I would share whatever thoughts I had about those scents during my unboxing. But I don't think I want to commit to like the travel spray or the full size that's coming up. And the last one for this category is the digital offer, Sterling Forever $50 gift card, $50 value. It says, upgrade your jewelry effortlessly. Get a $50 credit toward a curated look. It's the easy way to get the statement hoops or layered necklaces you've been wanting and add everyday sparkle. So it says it can be used across multiple transactions and can be used to pay the cost of shipping. Can be combined with any sales or promotions, so that's good. I think even so, I'll probably skip on this. I was thinking of just getting like a silver chain that I could use for some charms and things that I have. But yeah, I would rather just not have to figure that out later on. And I know Sterling Forever does show up a lot in the add-on stores, so I think I would just as soon skip on that. So that's it for 4. Let's move on to 5. So additional choices will be $11 and the swap for credit will be $7. The first item is the Skin & Co. Divine Nectar Shower Oil, 250 ml for a $30 value. It says the Divine Nectar Shower Oil, a multi-nourishing daily cleanser that transforms your shower into a rejuvenating ritual. Truly divine, this innovative oil-to-milk formula deeply cleanses, nourishes, and moisturizes your skin. Infused with sweet almond oil and black winter truffle, this sumptuous shower oil virtually transforms your skin with one use, leaving it soft, supple, and radiantly glowing. So you get 8.4 ounces. Obviously, it has fragrance. I think that's the main thing. It sounds a lot like the L'Occitane shower oil, which I do like, but yeah, I'll probably pass on this. It's just not really kind of enticing me for some reason, so I think that's going to be a pass. The next item is the Fenty Skin Plush Puddin' Intensive Recovery Lip Mask in Melon, has a $24 value. It says, get people talking about naturally luscious lips with this next level lip care. This plush, pudding-like texture coats lips with supercharged moisture for a smoother, firmer, plumper looking pout. So you get 0.5 ounces, and I think that's the main thing. So this was one of the items I got in my beauty box. So I do demo this later in one of these videos. I will note that it does have kind of a very strong Jolly Rancher watermelon flavor scent to it. So I like the texture of it, but I would just say don't pick it unless you like that kind of scent. I do wish they had chosen like the vanilla one as being a little bit more natural or kind of universally appealing, but that is the one that we got. So I do like the texture and everything, but I think the scent could be off-putting for some. Next up, we have the Innisfree Super Volcanic AHA Pore Clearing Clay Mask, $18 value. It says a wash-off cooling clay mask with volcanic clusters and AHA that helps control excess sebum and visibly minimize pores while providing skin smoothing exfoliation. So you get 3.38 ounces or 100 mil. And this one is just not the type of product that I tend to reach for, having drier skin. So I think that's the main thing about this one. Oh, it does also have methoxypropanediol, if I'm not butchering that too badly, which is another fragrance ingredient. It's a synthetic derivative of menthol, which can cause or result in a cooling sensation. So that's another reason why that would not be a great product for me personally. Next up, we have the Verb Products Hydrate Leave-In Conditioner, $22 value. It says Verb Hydrate Leave-In Conditioner detangles, hydrates, and nourishes hair. Powered by argan oil, babassu oil, and a moisture-locking ceramide, this leave-in conditioner adds extra moisture, fights frizz, and leaves hair soft and tangle-free. So you get 6.5 fluid ounce. And this, I think, out of any of the items in this category is what I would choose. I am not familiar with this product, but I do use leave-in conditioner pretty much every time I wash my hair. I might swap for credit depending on how everything else is looking, but if I guess had to choose one item from this category, this would be it. So we'll see kind of how that shakes out. Next up, we have the Rosie Soil Garden Pruners Recycled Plastic Handle, $18.99 value. They measure about 7 inches by 1.77. It's a recycled plastic handle in a gorgeous lavender tone, making pruning your garden that much cuter. Again, I'm not a gardener, so I will be skipping on this, but if you, again, did want to give your mother something for Mother's Day maybe, and she's a gardener, this could be nice, especially combined with the gardening gloves or even the little, I think, pots, like little herb pots or whatever that they had. So it could make a nice little gift, but I'm going to be skipping on those. Next up, we have the Ken Glass Straws, set of 4 with straw cleaner, $20 value. It says, sip sustainably in style with this colorful set of 4 reusable glass straws. Crafted from durable, high-quality borosilicate glass, each straw comes in a unique hue, perfect for adding a fun pop to your favorite drinks. So these are 8 inches long, and it says hand wash. So yeah, I'm going to be skipping on these as well. I think I would rather have a metal straw than a glass straw in terms of a reusable straw. I think these might be from the same brand as the wine glasses, so if you wanted to, I think, kind of match the two products, I think you could do that. But I will be, I think, skipping on those. Next up, we have the Ilia Beauty Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon in Genre, $26 value. It says the creamy comfort of a lipstick, the precision of a lip liner. This weightless lip crayon glides on smoothly, delivering rich, long-lasting color with a soft matte finish. Powered by potent skincare ingredients, Lip Sketch Hydrating Crayon is clinically proven to hydrate, plump, smooth, and strengthen the skin barrier with every wear. Genre is a mauve brown shade. So I do have this. So that's what I'm wearing underneath the Ulla Henriksen lip balm that I mentioned. And I do really like this formula, so if you like the color and you like the idea of this product, I would recommend it. I don't think I need to have another one, so I'll probably be skipping on that, but otherwise I do really like that product. And the last item here is another Luxe Choice for an additional $29. The Voluspa Vanilla Visions Eau de Parfum 55 milliliter. It has a $90 value. It says a radiant blend of sugared vanilla, amber, and rum-soaked sandalwood designed to evolve with your skin chemistry. Each custom-designed bottle is a harmonious intersection of artfully sculpted glass, bespoke patterns, expressive colors, and lively finishes. And I think it just repeats from the other description. So the top notes are almond heliotrope, Peru balsam, The middle notes are ambrette, sugared vanilla, and amber, and the base notes are moss, rum, and soaked sandalwood. So the bottle is really pretty. Again, I kind of wish that they had maybe included the travel size of this fragrance and not required people to pay an additional amount for the full size. I mean, if you love this fragrance, then maybe you'll appreciate the full size, but I will probably be skipping on this. I'm not like the biggest vanilla fan. Like, I enjoy a vanilla fragrance from time to time, but I'm not like crazy about it. So I will probably skip on that. Although, like I said, the sampler set that I mentioned, I think includes this. So if I do have the opportunity to smell it, then I will surely let you know what I think. So I think that is it for 5. Let's move on to 6, if I can find the link. Okay, here we go. So last but not least, the customization 6 additional choice pricing will be $13, and the swap for credit will be $8. So the first item is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright and Vitamin CC Eye Stick in guava, banana, apricot, or pumpkin, $35 value. It says Meet Banana Bright Vitamin CC Stick, the brightening hero that dermatologists and makeup artists agree on. It comes in 4 versatile shades, banana, apricot, guava, and pumpkin, for instant color correction and customizable coverage on all skin tones. So you get 0.13 ounces. It says gently swipe over dark circles or discoloration, blend in with your fingers, a brush, or a sponge. Layer with your favorite concealer, and they say it also works great as a spot corrector. So as I've said before, a lot of Ole Henriksen vitamin C products have a lot of citrus essential oils. Nevertheless, I do have this product. I've had it for a while now because I do really enjoy correctors. I probably would not purchase this now, and I would not probably recommend it necessarily, but I do demo this if you'd like to see how it looks. I have it in the shape guava. So it's pretty lightweight. It does help with some color correction and that kind of thing, but it's definitely going to be a little bit more on the natural side in terms of coverage. So skipping that, the next item is the Vacation Body Mist by Vacation. How many times can we say vacation? It's the Vacation Body Mist in the scent Vacation by the brand Vacation. $24 value. So it says it brings the award-winning scent of Vacation's Eau de Toilette into a lighter, convenient mist format. Everyone's doing body sprays. Spritz it on its own or layer over Vacation sunscreen for a scent that transports you poolside, with notes of coconut, banana, pool water, swimsuit lycra, and more. So it's 3 ounces, and that is US only. So I'm going to be skipping on that. I'm just not really into like very kind of beachy scents like that. So I'm going to be skipping on that. Next up, we have the Colfi Beauty Free the Brow Volumizing Flexible Hold Brow Gel, $26 value. It says a unique blend of vitamin E and sunflower oil. This formula works to nourish brow hairs and increase the appearance of brow density, while the flexible hold keeps them in shape for up to 8 hours. The laminating effect adds volume and fullness for your perfect shape. So again, I demoed this. Looks like they linked the wrong thing. But yeah, I demoed this in the demo portion. The kind of TLDR is it's definitely going to be more on the natural side. So if you want your brows to definitely stay in place, it's probably not the product for you. But if you do enjoy something that doesn't have like a crunchy or crispy feel to it, then you might enjoy it. So having tried it now, I don't think it's something I would seek out in the future because my preferences do differ a little bit. So yeah, I'll probably be skipping on that. Next up, we have the Fenty Skin Blemish Defeater BHA Spot Targeting Gel, $24 value. It says shield and combat blemishes without sacrificing your makeup look. The salicylic acid-backed spot targeting gel fights blemishes, clarifies, reduces surface oil, and guards against environmental assailants. Its unique jelly texture dries down quickly so you can wear it anytime you want, especially under makeup. And you get half an ounce. So I do have this product. It's not something I reach for very often, but if I do have kind of a more open blemish, I'll show you the applicator there. It's kind of this like silicone tip type thing. So I would probably still squeeze it out onto my hand. I've had this a while, so I don't know if it's kind of dried out a little bit, but yeah, I would probably squeeze it out onto my hand and then tap it onto the blemish, and mostly just to kind of create a barrier between the kind of open blemish and the makeup or whatever else I want to put on top. So for me, it's a little bit more seamless than like the pimple patches. Like no matter what they say, I feel like you always kind of see the outline of those. So again, it's not a product I use very often, but it can be nice in a pinch on the occasion that you need it. So I'm just gonna let that kind of hang out for now and let it dry down. Moving on, we have the Rifle Paper Company paper wrapped picture frame in Rosa, $24 value. It says, "Your memories framed by flowers." A paper wrapped frame for a 4x6 photo with an illustrated floral design, a scalped photo mat, and a kickstand for display. So the overall frame dimensions are 6.5 inches wide by 8.5 inches long. And yeah, it says it's textured paper wrapped hardboard with matte lamination. So I think this is going to be actual paper, so just note that in terms of its kind of durability and longevity. I think I will be skipping on this. It's not like my favorite rifle paper design I've ever seen, and I'm not like a huge picture person, so I don't really have the need for another picture frame at the moment. So I'll be skipping on that. Next up, we have the Olive & Piper Veil Ring in sizes 5 to 9, $48 value. It says, "Playful and fresh hues mixed with undeniable shine. Make this sleek silhouette the centerpiece of your ring stack." Comes packaged in a ready-to-gift box. So it comes in sizes 5 to 9 with a .06 band width. It's 14 karat gold plated with CZ stones. So I think I do plan to get this. I really like the colors of the stones. I'm not normally a gold jewelry person, but I think because most of what you see is the stones and not necessarily the gold, I think I might still enjoy wearing it. You can see the earrings I have on now kind of have a similar color, and I just think for spring and everything, it just looks really pretty. So I think I will get this. I might get it in a size 7. I have my Ana Luisa ring. I think this is a size 7. I think my wedding ring is a size 6, which would probably fit on my dominant hand as well, but yeah, I'm thinking I might get a size 7. So you can look forward to me trying that out. I think that's the only item in this category I'm kind of remotely interested in. Next up, we have the Laundress Beauty Sleep Laundry Detergent, $26 value. It says, "Elle's 2024 Future of Beauty Award winner. Make tucking into bed a blissful nighttime ritual and sink into serenity with a velvety, spicy lullaby of night-blooming jasmine, bergamot, and lavender notes with the warm comfort of sandalwood and rich amber. Designed as a detergent for bed sheets, pajamas, and fabrics meant to cocoon yourself in, the Laundress Beauty Sleep Detergent helps elevate your wind-down routine with dreamy, perfumer-crafted fine fragrance notes. Formulated with a proprietary enzyme blend that targets stains, dirt, and oil, this formula is designed for beautifully bright, clean fabrics and transforms your laundry routine into a serene act of self-care." Okay, so you get 16 fluid ounce. It says they recommend 2 fluid ounce for a large load, so you would get roughly 8 uses. I'm going to be skipping on this. It's not so much the scent notes themselves, but just I do tend to prefer fragrance-free detergents and things, just again to kind of cut down on the risk of any irritation. So if you enjoy a scented laundry product, then you can check that out. So next up we have two different bundles from Sexy Hair. The first is the Big Altitude Bodifying, I guess that's a word, blow dry mousse and weatherproof frizz control. That has a $45.90 value. It says this weightless mousse delivers a dramatic 100% volume boost and 48-hour style memory. It provides a 72-hour invisible shield against humidity and frizz, touchable shine, and heat protection up to 450 degrees. Those are US and Canada only, by the way. Let's see. So Big Altitude is the bodifying blow dry mousse, and the weatherproof frizz control is a humidity resistant finishing spray. If I recall looking at the pictures, the blow dry mousse doesn't look all that good to me in terms of the before and afters. The weatherproof frizz control I could probably get some use out of, but I feel like I have other products like that that I never end up using, so I'll probably be skipping on those. Next up, we have another bundle. So this is the Big Fun Razor Volumizing Dry Texture Spray with collagen, and then the Root Pump Plus Humidity Resistant Volumizing Mousse. The bundle itself has a $46.90 value. It says the ultimate 4-in-1 vanity powerhouse, a high-performance dry shampoo that absorbs oil and adds desirable just rolled out of bed texture. Infused with collagen for a transparent 48-hour high-volume hold. Use as a finishing mist for essential grit and grip, the low-effort secret to intentionally undone hair. So the Big Fun Razor, you get 8.5 ounces, and the Root Plump Plus, 10 ounces. Anyway, I have the small size of the Big Fun Razor, which I think is the kind of texture spray dry shampoo, so I thought I could perhaps demo, especially since my hair is definitely on the kind of slightly weighed down side. If I can figure out how to make this work. Oh, that will wake you up. Yeah, it's definitely fragranced. I don't mind the fragrance, but I don't necessarily want it to be the dominant thing I smell. So, yeah, I don't know that I'm necessarily the best person to talk about these products, but since I did have it, I mean, you definitely get some body and texture going, depending on how much you want to put in. So, yeah, not products for me. Those are US and Canada only. And now that I've tousled my hair sufficiently. All right, so moving on. So we have the Taha collection, maybe? Taha. Salad servers, $68 value. It says the set of 2 gold salad servers brings instant sophistication to your table, turning everyday meals into elevated experiences. With their sleek golden finish and timeless design, they're as perfect for tossing a fresh garden salad as they are for serving a holiday spread. Chic yet functional, they make a stunning addition to your tableware collection or a thoughtful gift for any host who loves a touch of shine. And they are dishwasher safe, which was nice to see. They're food grade stainless steel, 11.5 inches long by about 2.36 inches wide. The thing about these is that they don't seem that functional to me, because the way that the fork tongs are, they just don't seem like they'd be able to really grab much. So I think I'll be skipping on those. The next and last option here, last but not least, or possibly least, the digital offer from Orange Theory. So you get 5 classes and the OT Connect Beat for $99. I'm not sure what that is. It's a monitor, I guess. $319 value. It says get the Ultimate Fitness Flex package for $99. It includes 5 high-intensity studio classes and an OT Beat monitor for smart progress tracking with no long-term commitment. The offer is US only. Redeem the code within 120 days of receiving the email and use the 5 classes within an additional 120 days of redemption. And that's US only. So I'm going to pass on that. I'm not a big gym person to begin with, and if I were to choose anything, it probably would not be Orange Theory. Just the type of workout, I guess, just doesn't really appeal to me. But if you, I guess, were considering Orange Theory, and that would be a significant savings, then maybe that's worth it to you. I just kind of side-eye some of these vouchers and things where you are getting money off, but you still have to pay money out of pocket. Is not really all that great for me. Okay, so I think that is it at long last, and as promised, I will quickly kind of run through the customizations. So let me get back to FabFitFun site. So this is the landing page for customizations, and then going on, preparing my recommendations. I've already customized, so anyway. So you can see what I already have selected here. So I have the Living Proof shampoo and conditioner bundle, which I'll probably keep. The Bee Hydra, I'll probably remove. Let's see. The plates, I'm leaning towards keeping. Still on the fence about the Lala Retro. I'll probably remove the Sea Luma and keep the eye balm. I don't know these items that are after the credit, because the credit is usually, I think, at the bottom. I don't know if these are currently sold out, so I'll keep them in my cart for now. And then I did go in and add the Laura Mercier powder. That was still available. And I also have the Summer Fridays. They did add these Bala Bangles windbreakers that we've seen in previous seasons, if you wanted another crack at those. Additional choices are currently sold out. Okay. Go away. All right. So right now I just have the Kosas mascara and the Living Proof. I might take out the Kosas mascara. I was looking at the Sephora website, and they do have a mini available. So I think the mini might be like $16, which is technically more than what the add-on price for the full size would be. But when you factor in like a Sephora sale or that kind of thing, you know, I might just opt for that, just to kind of cut down on the overall cost of this box. They did bring back some of those Rare Beauty blushes. I talked about those, I think, in my first FabFitFun Beauty Box review, and I think the video where I reviewed these blushes as well. They added in these bottle stoppers, and I have the 2 Ulla Henriksen lip balms. For $5, I just have the, I think, leave-in conditioner. Did I skip over the Thesis products? I might have. Anyway, they just had different supplements, basically. Energy, motivation, creativity, or logic. Looks like they added in a Spongel product as well. For $6, I have the 2 rings, like I mentioned. And yeah, I think that's it for now. I don't know that I have anything in the add-on store that's going to show up here. New arrivals. It's like the checkout lane where they just try to like get you to add as much as possible. No, I don't want to subscribe. I think I do have the Rush My Order subscription right now, which gets you a little bit of a kind of discount. These are things that I've favorited, apparently. The Beauty Edit box, I guess you can add that in while doing your customization. Okay. So, and just to show you what's in my cart currently, so I do have some duplicate products here. So one thing to look out for, first of all, you should always check to see if there's a better price elsewhere, because sometimes things are more expensive in the add-on store than they are on other sites. But sometimes they do have bundles. So right now I have the Spring Scents Duo, which includes both these other Elemis candles, and those would be $62 together, but there is a discount when you buy them as a bundle, which is $55.50. So I'll probably take out those other two at one point. And then the Cora's Greek Collection fragrance set is a kind of maybe. I'm thinking about it, but I may end up removing it. So I think that's all I have to tell you about this box. So let me know if you have any questions. I can show you this before I go. You can see it's really kind of set down. It looks pretty matte. I don't know if it doesn't really peel up on itself. So anyway, it's kind of a neat product if you have need of it. All right, so let's get into this demo. So you can see the eczema is definitely kind of doing its thing thanks to the winter weather and the dry conditions everywhere. But I have all the products here, so I'm going to try to do this in order of how I would normally do it. I did already apply some skincare after I got out of the shower, just so I would have some kind of hydration on my skin for a little bit, but I have very dry skin, so I feel like I can kind of layer it up here. So first of all, I'm going to go in with the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. This is the 0.5 fluid ounce that I got in a little kit, and hopefully that'll focus. So that's about what that looks like. So I will probably skip this. Get my mirror sorted here. It's not a bad serum. I'll probably say later on, it does have a little bit of niacinamide in it, which I can be sensitive to. My skin immediately gets a little bit red just from rubbing it, but yeah, I can tolerate, I think, the amount that's in this formula, but especially right now, again, being in the winter, even though we're talking about the spring box and having some skin issues, I would rather play it safe. So I like the Prequel Multi-Quench Serum, although I did just see Dr. Dre upload a video where she compared that to, I think, a Paula's Choice Ectoin Serum, and she also talked about a product from Bioma, so I might try those out. All right, so now that is kind of sat for a second, I'm going to do the vitamin C serum. So I got this little kit from Ulta this past week, which kind of worked out timing-wise. So this is the C Luma Hydra Bright Serum, and when I first saw this item, I thought it was going to be the C Firma, which I have the kind of deconstructed package here. And I have definitely tried this before. This is where you have like the vitamin C as a powder to make it more shelf stable, and then you add kind of the serum component and mix it all together. I don't know if that's the case for this product, so I'll show you what it looks like. And I am not super sensitive to vitamin C, and this is, I guess, a more gentle formula. It's not a product that I feel like I have to have in my routine, and like I said, I am kind of going a little bit more gentle on the actives at the moment. If I'm going to use anything, I would definitely prioritize like my prescription azelaic acid, ivermectin for rosacea. The azelaic acid also has some brightening properties, but if you do really like vitamin C, then you might want to take a look at this one. Next we have the eye balm. So this is, again, one of their little minis that I have. I think I will probably get this because I do like the pump style packaging. There's nothing really too I guess, special about this eye balm, but really all I'm looking for is some good hydration. And I'm also looking for my mirror, which is hiding here. So obviously you can see the eczema on my eyelid, so I want to be kind of really conscientious about what I am putting on my eyes. Obviously just trying to keep things as hydrated and calmed as possible. But yeah, I do like this product. I think I've had a full size before, so let that kind of sit for a second. And then the Lala Retro, I'm kind of on the fence about getting this. I do like that the full size is in that pump container. The mini I have is just in this little kind of pot here. So this is a really kind of nice, rich cream as well. I would not recommend this if you have super oily skin, especially for like the hotter months or during the day. You might want something that's a little bit more of a gel texture. But for me, with my dry skin, I can definitely handle a good bit of moisture. I don't know if it's still going to be available, but as kind of a different option to this, I guess, the Ilia Barrier Build Skin Protectant Cream was one of the options when I customized my beauty box from FabFitFun. So I'll go ahead and show you the difference in texture. This has a glass jar, kind of your standard component. So this one I think is going to be a little bit kind of silkier. I'm going to have too much on my hand. So yeah, if you want something a little bit on the thinner side, so that is the Ilia and that is the Drunk Elephant. So I think the Drunk Elephant will be a little bit of a richer cream. All right, so even though I am filming at night here, I will go ahead and apply the sunscreen. And I've used a good amount. I think I'm down to there actually. It's not expired yet. I'm just double checking. So I do like this. This is only SPF 30. It is a mineral sunscreen. So again, you have to kind of assess what you're going to be doing and that kind of thing when you apply or when you choose what sunscreen you're going to be using. But this one is a really nice kind of liquidy texture. So I'm going to kind of give myself the 2 fingers, and usually I will kind of do that to get it going and just spread it in. So it does sit well under makeup. Really easy to blend in. It's also nice to travel with because it is in that plastic packaging that is pretty lightweight. So I do like it. I think I will end up choosing this just because there isn't anything else in this category that I am like super impressed by. Of course, if you have your FSA dollars, you can always use that for sunscreen in most cases. But yeah, that one I do like. My alternate favorite, I guess, is the Ulta MD UV Skin Recovery SPF 50. So this one is in a pump and it's going to be a lot thicker. I don't know if this would have a white cast if you do have a deeper skin tone, but for me, I don't have any issues with it. So just to kind of show you the difference there. And the Ulta MD isn't in the box or anything, but just in case you were curious about my other kind of skincare or SPF favorites. Okay, so I am going to let that sink in to the rest of the face. I guess I'll go ahead and do the Fenty lip balm, which is a new product for me. This is one that I just got in my beauty box. So that is the little packaging there. It is smaller than I thought it would be for some reason. I thought it was going to be huge. But it is a cute little guy, and I think you twist this up. So this is the melon scent. I would have preferred, you can hear that, I would have preferred the vanilla or something, but okay, start to get a little bit. And I will probably just have this at home or possibly at my desk, but it is, wow. Yeah, it does have that kind of like Jolly Rancher watermelon or Bubblicious or whatever it is. So if you like that, it does have a nice, very cushy feel to it. It does feel like it would kind of form a barrier on your lips. Kind of has the texture of like Carmex. I mean, it doesn't have that Carmex like taste or anything, but yeah, I think I will definitely kind of keep this by my bedside. Not my favorite scent in the world. I do like that this is fairly clear. I'm just going to take what's left here. There is a little bit of gold shimmer in it, but I don't think it's to the point where you would be scared about it getting all over your pillowcase. So yeah, I think I will definitely be able to use this up. You get 15 grams, and it has a 12-month shelf life. So yeah, I think that would be a good choice. It's just obviously I don't need it now that I have it. Okay, so moving on now that the sunscreen has kind of had a chance to do its thing, although like I said, I am filming at night. So I do have this Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin C stick in guava. I would not pick this now. I've had this for a while, so it's probably expired anyway. I do really like and believe in under eye correctors because of my skin tone and the darkness and everything. But this, like a lot of their vitamin C products, does have a fair bit of like citrus essential oils. That's usually how they get their vitamin C, which again, I do what I can to minimize any irritation. I mean, it does kind of apply nicely. It's not the most pigmented corrector. Like, you could definitely wear this by itself and it wouldn't be super noticeable. But it's just, again, not a product I would probably recommend. If you already know that you like their other vitamin C products, you know, then go for it. But yeah, not my top favorite. So I'm going to be washing my face before too long here, so hopefully it doesn't cause any irritation. So I think I have a lot of products here that I'll apply after I've done most of the rest of my makeup. So I am going to stop recording here and jump off camera and do all of that. And then I'll be back, obviously, to talk about the other products I have. All right, so I'm back. So I will list everything I used down below, but I didn't do my brows yet because I wanted to use this Kulfi Free the Brow gel. And I just trimmed my brows a little bit to give this kind of its best chance. I have already used this once or twice, and I think for me, so the way this works, by the way, is that you have kind of your normal little spoolie, it's not so little, in the component, and then you also have this kind of brush side, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So I haven't put anything else in my brows, and this is a new product I just got in my beauty box again. So I will say, I know some people really love this product. For me, in my preferences, I think I prefer a little bit more hold. So if you like your brows to kind of remain flexible, then you may like this product. So you twist this to dispense, and then this plastic component you can just pull off. So it's relatively easy to kind of figure out what side you want to use. And you can see there's like a brush side and a comb side. So depending on kind of how defined you want everything to look, or I guess just your preference. You can use one or the other. So if you don't want like super crunchy brows, then you may really like this. Again, I think I just prefer a little bit more hold. My brow hairs do tend to be on the longer side, and I don't use any other kind of pencils or anything for the most part. So for me, I probably would not repurchase. So moving on to the lip or the other lip products, I'm just going to remove whatever is left from this lip product from Fenty. And I did feel like it was sticking around. I just was kind of drinking something, so obviously that's going to wear away, but I think it would kind of stay put and give you kind of decent hydration overnight if that's how you want to use it. So going in with the Ilia Lip Crayon in Genre, and I know I have that here somewhere. All right, so I just have this little kind of sample size from, I think I got it in like an Ulta gift with purchase. I'll go ahead and swatch that on my hand. So that is Genre, and I'll apply it in a minute. And I also have the shade Banquette, which is a little bit lighter and more brown, maybe. So I do really like this product, but since I already have this particular sample and I feel like this is going to last me for a while, I have another one still in the packaging. I feel like I can skip on this particular one. I will probably do a kind of customize with me or just go through all the different options at some point in this video. I was kind of hoping to see additional shades in this product because I do really enjoy it. But unfortunately, it just seems that Genre is the one that we're getting. So it's very creamy. It's very easy to be precise. But you can also just fill it in pretty easily without it being drying. I guess I'll just apply some to my hand so we can see kind of how well it sets. But so yeah, I don't know that it's the best with this eye look. And again, I was hoping that they would have some additional shades, like they have a new shade Deco that looks really nice, and the shade Rhyme. I think hopefully you will see it by the time this video goes live. They have a deal where I think you get $15 off if you use the code Mary15. And they also included a free complexion stick, so they're like foundation stick. I think that was free. I'm not sure if that's still going on, but if you wanted to purchase a few things from Ilia, that might be a really good way to go. So now that that is applied, I'm going to go in with the Ole Henriksen Pout Preserve Peptide Lip Treatment in Strawberry Sorbet. So I probably won't get this one again. I may get one or two of the other shades that are available. And I know that they're just launching a new shade, like a macaron kind of shade inspiration. That's like a very lavender mauve kind of shade. I think that'll be available by the time you see this video. So I like this formula. I don't know that it's like, you know, my all-time favorite, but I do enjoy it. So that is the lip look. And again, now that this has kind of been on my hands for a minute, I'll just show you. I mean, it doesn't really kind of set down to the point where it doesn't budge. It's a little bit more, I guess, kind of on the lipstick end of things. But again, that makes it very kind of comfortable and easy to apply. So I think that's all I wanted to actually demo for you, and I think I'll probably place this section at the end of the video. So I'll kind of close out here, but I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, suggestions, etc., just let me know down below. Let me know what you are selecting for your box this season if you're a subscriber. And with all that being said, I hope you guys are taking good care of yourselves and staying safe and staying healthy. especially with this winter storm that's about to bear down on us. I hope you guys all came out the other side okay. So with all that being said, make sure you are subscribed, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.